freedom, freedom, freedom over fame, freedom over cycle stays the same.
When I liberate myself, I liberate others. American activist Fannie Lou Hamer. Welcome to the Illusion of Liberty podcast. I'm the host, Bianca Butterpecan. Hey guys, we're back with another episode. This is episode 2. Yes, we have made it to a brand new episode. Okay, so welcome to the Illusion of Liberty podcast. Today, my topic is going to be about the labor market. So I want to say congratulations to everybody who got a new job this season. Congratulations to people that left a job that was, annoying the hell out of them or messing with their mental health, because that's always liberating to leave a place that is trying to confine you mentally, emotionally, and financially, right? And in this oppressive society, it takes a lot to make a stance like that, because people be like, oh my God, you leaving your job, but that's a big thing. So, salute to both of you, the ones who staying at a job and trying to put food on the table, and salute to you who are, not afraid to take a stance and remove yourself from something that is probably debilitating you. Because sometimes you have these job roles that can debilitate you. Okay, so some of you may be looking for a job, and shout out to you for being consistent and staying focused on accomplishing that. And we're just gonna manifest that you will find your new job role. What I will have to say is, so the labor market, guys, in the United States, there are about 7 million jobs available. And this is according to the stats online. 7 million jobs available. The population of the United States is about 340 million people in all. Now, I looked at that number and I said 7 million out of 340 million people. Okay. So, of course, the 7 million is not going to cover 340 million people of the U.S. population. So, and 340 million people don't need those jobs, right? Because you have children that are under the age of the workforce age, right? They're not going to be applying for those jobs. You have retirees. They retired, they're not looking for that job. But I don't know, because we in the United States, and I don't know about you, but when I go in Walmart, Starbucks, Chick-fil-A, I'm seeing older individuals about 60. I mean, just at fast food stores, about 65 and up. They're working. They done came back in the labor force, get a little hours, That disability ain't really, or whatever, the Social Security ain't really, stretching like that in this economy, which is understandable. So, they coming back in the labor force. So they might be looking for them jobs, right? But in general, most people that retire, they don't go back to working, right? So we got to subtract the underage children that are not looking for work. We got to subtract people that already got a job, right? We can make a lot of subtractions out of the population. People that are disabled, people that are unable to work because of a mental disability or emotional disability. But once we subtract everything, I'm still thinking 7 million ain't enough. And what do you do in an economy where the Bank of America, one of the top banks in the US, is saying that the American dollar is going to collapse? What do you do in an economy where it basically taught us from school age that get your education, you go to school 5 days a week, and this is preparation for you to get a good job, quote unquote good job. You go to school, get your education, you get prepared for the job. The school institution, matter of fact, is said to be a incubator for producing workers. So what do you do in an economy where now the U.S. Bank, the Bank of America, is saying that the U.S. dollar may collapse, and an economy where you gotta work? Um, the U.S. economy is definitely an economy where you have to work. They've designed it like that. They started with 13 colonies building this society off free labor, and now we get paid an hourly wage, which some may call wage slavery, because the benefits, the expense for benefits, dental, medical, is still outrageous and surpasses our typical salary. Um, but that doesn't mean throw in a towel, I give up, let me go live under a bridge. It doesn't mean that. You still pursue your passions and your ambitions. Like, there are teaching programs, there are uh, institutions that teach nursing and radiology and therapy and all of those professions which are under government funded public schools or private schools. um, they serve their purpose in society. So by all means, we are in the matrix, work the system. But at the same time, don't put all your eggs in one basket. Yeah. Don't don't put all your eggs in one basket. So, if you haven't noticed, two income households are struggling to pay for groceries. There are states who have decreased taxes on groceries because the price of groceries is very high. Since this economy is study becoming a financial burden, it is best for individuals, single or married, to start thinking economically. Yes, if you got a job, great, but don't spend your paycheck as soon as you get it. You have to invest in things that will last you when the paycheck is gone. So that means invest in a garden, a greenhouse that you can grow food, stack up on seeds, okay? Whatever plant seeds you want, get them from a warehouse, Amazon. I mean, they have them everywhere. Stock up on them, learn some gardening skills because you're going to need it. It's not an option anymore. It's mandatory. You got to do it. Cuz who wants to shed their money through a bag of holes? Groceries, you're no longer shopping for 4 weeks. You need to think long term. Your household, who's ever in your household, needs to think long term. Yes, you have a paycheck now. Yes, you have a bank account now. Don't know if it's in something in there because according to statistics, the average American barely has $1,000 in their savings account or an emergency savings at all. So we're not gonna really rely on money like we've been doing. Money is seeming to be a little bit unstable. We're gonna rely on the land basically. So these jobs, you get them, and now it's a revolving door, guys. So if you can keep a job longer than 5 years, that's great. If you can keep a job long enough to retire, you're doing something right, I guess. But if you can keep a job long enough to invest and stockpile, you really cooking with grease at that point. And I mean, you take your paychecks and you wean yourself off this system. The labor market is not dependable. Okay? I'm just going to put it out there. If only 7 million jobs are being produced within a year and we have 340 million Americans, of course, subtracting the people that ain't looking, and the people that's disabled, and the people that's retired, and the people that's underage, and whatever else. But it's still not enough for the people that are looking for jobs. You get on a website like Indeed.com or LinkedIn, and you see 100 and plus people apply for one job role, and the people who are applying for the broader job titles, like customer service, call center, those bland, general, non-specialization job titles, they're having the hardest trouble because there's so many crowds of people that are applying for that generalized job because there's so many people that meet those qualifications. It's just basic high school diploma. The people that have specializations in those fields, though, like you can do telecommunications, but what's your specialization? Oh, you specialize in retention. What I think is retention specialist, like where you retain the company's customers or clients, or do you specialize in debt collection? When you get to the specifics is where you can kind of increase your chances of finding a job role because now you have a specialization where not everybody got that specialization, right? So whatever you're special in, you need to be putting that to the forefront of your resume, and you need to be putting that to the forefront of your job so you can be more secure in that job, because the more you do and learn in that job role, the less likely you are to be laid off. But some people may argue that that's not true because they'll lay off the top dogs and the specialization people first before the lower level employees, and that could be too. But basically, in this economy, it's just everything is up in air. Most jobs are being outsourced now. AI is taking over a lot of things. My friend just told me that he works in a warehouse, and they're incorporating AI in his job. So um, yeah, it's just this society and the way things are put together and how this engine was working at one point is not working like that, guys. It's derailing. The train is derailing, okay? I know that religious people like to refer to the American government's regulated society as Babylon. Some religious people don't refer to America as that because they are a 501c3 nonprofit and they get tax breaks and they cannot. They're forbidden. Take that for liberty, guys. But I'm not a 501c3, so I can say that the American government regulated society is the new Babylon. And if you know anything about your scriptures, Babylon was an empire that fell. A few of empires fail. Even though we have those really patriotic people like America will never fail. Look like it is now, okay? Especially the financial system. And also, I've been hearing that Iran is threatening to attack America's financial system and apparently attack the TransUnion and Experian, the credit bureaus, so they can wipe out everybody's debt. I don't know about you, but I ain't mad. Liberate me. Erase them student loans, please. Please, okay? But, I mean, if I wake up the next day and my credit score is 800, I ain't mad. That's all I'm saying. I ain't mad. But, that's how you do it. If you're going to tax something, yeah, do TransUnion, Experian, and, what's that other third? The third one, I don't even know the third one. TransUnion, Experian, and it's a third one. I don't know. Anyway, what I'm saying, guys, if you're a conscious brother, if you're a conscious sister, if you're a young person, if you're an old person, it's time to wake up. You cannot live life on clueless mode. Things are happening around us, and we cannot be blind and ignore them, and we can't distract ourselves with a good time. Okay, go ahead and have a good time. No bad. Go have a good time. But at the same time, prepare. And that's all I have to say.